I'm going to kick off the party today with my wine sponsor,
Oh my gosh.
wine. So I've decided to go and have some Merlot with Merlot.
Amazing.
I'm sure
Wow.
you're
I
quite.
wish I could virtually just put my glass.
You have been named Amazon Music's Artist to Watch for 2023, and you've got a new song, Tim+Faith, which I got to hear a little bit before you released it, before the CCMAs. It's a really cool song because it's your own thing, but then it plays homage to Tim+Faith's song, It's Your Love, which came out in 1997.
Yeah. So I was really lucky to be a small part of a song that was pretty big last year called Heads Carolina that Cole Swindell put out. So I sang background vocals on it, but essentially I got sent the song before it came out and I was like, that is so amazing. Like, I love what he did. I love how he took the song that was awesome in the 90s and kind of made it his own. And I was just like super inspired by it. And I was trying to figure out how I could, do my own version of that. And that just felt like the right way to go. I thought it would be awesome to have this like kind of 90s song that a couple would listen to that would continually bring them back to their relationship and kind of tell their story. And I was about to get married. And so kind of in the romantic vibes, and there's some lines in it at the end. It's always me and you, which is part of me and my husband's vows. And so there was like a bunch of like little things put together for it. I certainly felt the pressure of trying to feature this incredible song and like what melodies would come after that and how to write the story properly. So some songs kind of fall out of you in 30 minutes. And this song we rewrote 3 times and kept going back to and kept tweaking and changing. So this one was a bit of a longer process, but I think it turned out really great.
So you mentioned this was a co-write. Did you come in already with this idea?
It was actually, so my producer and we had talked about that song. I was like, I want to sample a song, and we threw out a few ideas. And he had told a person I work with a ton, Jerry Flowers, and he was like, what about It's Your Love? And it was his idea originally to feature that song. And so I wrote it with him, Zach Kraut, Jerry Flowers, me. And then we ended up bringing in one of my favorite lyricists in town. Her name's Parker, and she crushed. And she's just like a poet wizard. She's so, so, so good. Everybody came together and knocked it out.
Mm-hmm. I just went through before speaking with you the lyrics again, just reading them, because I feel like you get more out of it by just reading it and not listening to anything too. And everything just flows so well, and it's so you. And if people didn't know that it also had that component of the throwback to it, they wouldn't know just because it sounds so natural. So I think you really did well with that one.
For sure. That was really the hope, that it would like blend, like the chorus melody needed to feel like it was another version of it, that it didn't sound jarring, because people that know and love It's Your Love are waiting for those other melodies to follow it. So it just felt kind of daunting, but we, like I said, came up with so many different versions of it. And that one, it felt like it just placed in really naturally. So thank you for saying that. I love that.
And I know you performed this at the CCMA Gala. And for those that don't know, it's a private industry event. All the top people are there. All the other artists are there. I can't imagine it being nerve-wracking, but you also performed, I believe it was Unraveling a couple years ago too, when that came out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, how did you feel about that? Were you just excited to share with everybody, or nervous because that was like one of the first performances, I'm guessing, that you got to do of that new song?
It was the first performance, which is nerve-wracking for sure. The CCMA Gala, they have an incredible house band. After rehearsal, I felt pretty good about it. My performance was kind of at the end of the night too, so I had to sit there the whole time and be like, oh, hurry up. I just want to get it over with. It's always nerve-wracking singing in industry events and feeling like everyone's watching you and judging you. And it's not the same as like drunk country fans at a festival. It's a bit of a different vibe, but I was excited to share the new song and hadn't been to the CCMAs in a couple of years. So it really felt like I was like, I'm back, baby. Here's my new song.
New song and little purse.
Yes, and tiny purse. New song, tiny purse.
That purse, I guess the algorithm picked it up from me posting our picture together. And now I'm getting all these ads for pink mini purses.
I gotta say, it didn't fit anything. So I wouldn't recommend, really. It couldn't even fit my phone. I had like a tiny lip gloss in it, and that was it.
One more thing I also noted too about Tim+Faith, I could picture that song also being performed for like a date on The Bachelor.
You know what? I said that too. I was like, this is like, I honestly don't have that many romantic-y kind of songs. It's not really my, like, I don't know. I don't write a lot of them. And this one kind of felt like it stands alone. And I was like, this is my moment to get on The Bachelor. Come on. So that would be amazing. I feel like it would be perfect to like slow dance too.
So I can definitely tell you're in a different place now in your life. Obviously, you've got your own house. You're not in an apartment anymore. You're married. songwriting, I'm sure, is a little bit different now. I remember one of our first interviews, you were chatting about breakups and navigating your way, and you moved from BC to Toronto and then Toronto to Nashville, and now you've really settled down. So I see, again, this love song coming out of you. These breakup songs, are they still going to be a challenge to write, or do you still have a lot back there that you're ready to put out going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I'm certainly in a different place, maybe not quite in it. I think sometimes having like an outside looking in perspective is great as well. Like I feel like a lot of the, I wrote on the other side of the hard thing. It's like you can see the whole picture of it. So I do feel like I can pull from my own experiences as well, and those own kind of like breakup-y moments. And I mean, I think you can get inspiration from your friends or movies and shows. And I'm lucky I've experienced a large range of emotions. So I feel like I can kind of pull from that. But I certainly gravitate towards writing songs about love or more like introspective. I mean, I just put out one called Take a Broken Heart that kind of comes from the perspective of the friend talking to somebody. So it certainly has affected my writing. I always joke and be like, oh, my husband's so nice to me. Like he doesn't mess anything up. Like he's like so amazing that I have no drama to like pull from personally anymore. There's always it in the memory bank,
And I was wondering with Take a Broken Heart too, is that something that was old or something that you just put out now? Or is that something that was a new write that you're able to still pull out of you?
No, so I wrote that song kind of when I wrote around Slide for that EP, and we wanted to put it on that EP, and it just kind of got shuffled around, and I had just been kind of sitting on it. It was mixed, mastered, ready to go. And I love that song so much. I feel like it is so empowering. It makes me feel confident, and I just really, really love the message. I really like writing those kinds of songs that can kind of pull you out of something hard, and was just like, we should just put it out. So now it's out in the world, and I'm so excited about it.
Yeah. Now you can put out songs whenever you want to, I believe, right?
Yeah. Once you have them done, it's easier to kind of put them out. It's really the scheduling and recording, and that's kind of a longer process. But because that song was like sitting there ready to roll, I was like, let's put it out. Come on.
I haven't been on TikTok in a while, but I'm guessing you've had it out there for a while too, and you've gotten some response as well.
Yeah, that was one that really kind of hit on TikTok a while ago. And it was like before I had like recorded anything. And I mean, I wasn't even close to releasing anything. So unfortunately, we weren't able to get it out quicker. But like I said, I'm stoked it's out now. And hopefully those people are still wanting to hear it.
You also released, 2 releases isn't enough. You also released a cover of Keith Urban's You'll Think of Me. So that was really cool. But you definitely, again, put your own little Madeline spin on it. What was it about that song that spoke to you?
So Amazon Music wanted me to do an Amazon original for them. So they were like, pick, country song that you want to cover. And we kicked around a bunch of ideas. And that song just felt like something that I would, if I was to cut like an outside song and I heard that song, I would record it today. Like, I think it's funny. It's clever. It has this like pettiness that I adore. And the melodies are so, so, so strong. And it was just kind of like one of the first Keith Urban songs that I had heard, and feel like it's just super classic and iconic. It got such great feedback that we decided to put it out on all platforms so everyone can enjoy it.
Going back to Heads Carolina, you are featured on that song. How did that come about?
My producer, his name's Zach Crowell, he produces a bunch of other people, Cole being one of them. And this industry's funny. It's about so many things, but it's also about being at the right place at the right time and the right moment and the right luck. I was just going to the studio that day, and Zach was working on that song because he produces Cole, and was like, I really want like Jody Messina like featured in the song, but because it's in a different key, when I pitch it up, she sounds like a chipmunk kind of, because it's not in the same key. Like, can you sing it and be her? I just want to hear it as like proof of concept. He was like, and it's not probably going to go on the record, but I just want to hear what it'll sound like. And I was like, sure. So I sang it a few times and literally didn't think anything of it. And then Cole loves it. We love it. And it's going to radio. And I was like, wait, what? And so it was just like a really random thing that worked out really well.
Alrighty. Well, congratulations with Tim+Faith. Looking forward to seeing that song soar even more than it already has since its release.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And cheers.
Cheers.